with the cancer, I think because of all the treatments I had, I experienced like huge fatigue, which is very debilitating. It's very depressing. And with all that fatigue, I also didn't have the energy to get excited about music. My life is music. If I don't have music, I don't need to be here.
For patients living in northern Alberta, the transportation is a huge barrier that we're struggling with, because some of our patients live 7-8 hours away, and it's not feasible for them to come into the clinic for 1 or 2 appointments.
ACTIVENorth, it's a virtual, interdisciplinary, 8-week-long program for advanced cancer patients. We have a full interdisciplinary team, including exercise physiology, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, palliative care, oncology, and we work with patients on an individualized virtual rehabilitation program, working on fatigue as well as physical functioning.
Maybe next time you can just go in a little bit earlier, right? And just to kind of try to acclimatize yourself in the water, right? Before starting into the class.
People with advanced cancer have been kind of left out of a lot of research because it's more challenging to include them in longer term programs, and they just tend to have more physical functional limitations, but from that perspective they need exercise even more.
We're just going to start with our warm-up, so just march on the spot there, Mary. Yeah, nice and tall.
I think within cancer we always think of quantity of life, but we don't always think about the quality of that time that an individual has left. And I think now what I'm most impressed with is how much we can influence the quality of that time, and perhaps even lengthen that time a little bit by making individuals more fit and more functional.
The ACTIVENorth study is really unique, and it's a really special project. It takes into account a lot of the exercise programs that already exist in cancer rehab, which are kind of generalized exercise programs. But then it goes one level deeper than that, and we really individualize that programming.
That regular meeting up with an exercise professional and doing their exercise program can often, help to boost their mood. We can answer questions that might help to relieve some of the anxiety around what they're experiencing. And as well, if they have any fears around movement or exercise or functional activities, we can often counsel them on how to do those activities safely or without aggravating some of their symptoms.
There is a patient who, for example, is an avid instrument player. So our physical therapists actually work with them specifically on those programs that meet that goal.
We did these exercises and they were really easy. I just felt so energized, completely energized. So it was really miraculous, truly.
Down on a check. Good job.
This is very tailored, and I think that that's where they are surprised at both the program, how it's constructed, and how it helps them.
The cancer journey is such a difficult journey, not only on the patients, but also the family members, everybody involved. And just being able to make them smile, make their day-to-day a little bit better can make such a huge difference in their life.
I went from being just logged, like I am asleep, to being I am so awake after the second session with the land that I started playing the bass again. Yeah. So you got a tune?
I really can't emphasize enough how important it is for us to highlight the needs of our advanced cancer patients, particularly those in remote and rural areas, and for us particularly in Alberta Health Services North Zone. And so being able to deliver care in this way really is such a huge benefit for us, and hopefully we'll be able to offer this for many more patients going forward.
I envision that palliative care and chronic advanced cancer care sees a shift where we don't look at it as just an end. We look at it as a trajectory, as another journey, as another stage of life, rather than just a hard line. I'm hoping this model of study is the beginning of more projects like this, and particularly in these more advanced populations in cancer care.
I don't know that I've ever met people who are so caring. I mean, to have that kind of attention and caring and nurturing, who wouldn't get better?